Hey, welcome to Bits of the Past Gaming. Doing my first ever unboxing video. As everyone knows, Nintendo Switch has been released today, and I finally got mine delivered to my doorstep. So, without further ado, I will unbox the Nintendo Switch. I got the multicolored version, uh, and then a copy of Zelda, just the standard copy. Uh, didn't feel like getting the Master Edition or the Special Edition, which they are cool, but and to be honest, this is my first ever Nintendo console that I bought at release. I've only bought Nintendo systems years after they've been out. I don't know why, but I'm just not a huge Nintendo fanboy uh, or a fan at all. I do like Nintendo. I do like their games, and I appreciate them. It's just I've been way more into Sega, Xbox, PlayStation, things like that. Just not huge into Nintendo, but giving the Switch a chance because I have good feelings about this, and a lot of people do. I think this Zelda game getting a 10 out of 10, and everyone's saying that it's a complete masterpiece. I think that's really going to help this Switch system to hold it until more games get released. And I think the Mario Odyssey game is going to be incredible as well whenever we get a hold of it. So, without further ado, let's do this unboxing. Like I said, it's my first unboxing, so bear with me. But you have the standard box. It's not too big. Just about the size of a keyboard, I would say. There is some good weight to it, which is nice. I gauge things quality a lot by weight. I don't know why, but when things feel cheap, they're usually lightweight. This does not feel lightweight. So, let's see. We got in the box, it has the two Joy-Con controllers, and it has the tablet part, which another great thing about this system that I think is really going to help it is not only is it a console, but it is for on the go as well. And I think it's going to be really nice to be able to take that console gaming experience on the road, because as of now, most of the portable systems are pretty much strictly portable. I know there's ways to plug them into the TV to play, but they're not really made for that. They're made for the go. This one is made for both, which is really nice. So we first have the screen. Let me get a better angle on that. The Nintendo Switch screen. It does have some weight to it, which I like. I know some people prefer lighter things, but I like lighter weight things. I know the PSP, PlayStation Portable, I like the original model because it's a lot heftier and it just feels better in my hands. But I understand that people like the later versions because of the lightweightness. But this has some good heft to it. It has the Switch logo on the back, which is pretty cool. One thing I am going to have to get for this is a carrying case. I hope they come out with one soon, or some third party comes out with one, because I'm really anal about my devices, and I like to have them pristine, and it'd be nice to get, a screen protector or carrying case, traveling case for it. So there it is. It has little connector slots on both ends. It's hard to see, but then up top you have a headphone jack, and the volume and power buttons are up there as well, and then a game card slot, which I guess is where the game goes into. I haven't seen what the games look like yet, so we'll get to that in a second. Complete virgin to this system, and then here is the power connection port, I'm believing. So pretty nice so far. The screen is nice quality, looks decent size for a portable, and it has a nice heft to it. Also has a kickstand, I guess for any games that you want to play on the go, or if you're, at work or at your grandma's house or wherever, you'll be able to play this by propping it up on a table. Really nice feature. Don't think any handhelds have that as of now. I think the PSP might have sold one in addition, but anyway. Here's the first Joy-Con controller. The joystick feels pretty good. It's not too loose, it's not too tight. Feels pretty solid. Then you got the buttons. They all feel good. Not too loose, not too tight. And then plus button. That's probably getting menus or whatever. Then you got a home button on there. So home button and a plus button. And then the things, pretty nice. Just has like Nintendo logo on the back with some other information. And then it also has two bumpers, a front bumper and a rear little trigger there. Probably pretty cool. And then we have the second part of the Joy-Con controllers. This is the blue one. Same setup. These feel pretty nice. They're definitely not cheap quality. You can tell it's not a cheap quality. It's really high quality. The colors are pretty sweet. At first I wanted to get the straight gray one, but I think spice it up a little bit, get the different colors. I can always get more controllers in the future, the gray ones. So then we have a bunch of other things in the box. We have, looks like the HDMI cable, pretty standard. Plug it to the TV. Then we have the power brick. This thing's got some weight to it too, considering, which I like. As I said, I'm big on weight. That's why I love Sega so much too. Their power brick was massive. Not that means anything, but to me it does. Next we have the Joy-Con controller connector. This is for when you're at home. You can plug your Joy-Con controllers into this. It's going to make a nice little handheld. I did worry about the size of this, so let me try to put it together real quick and see. Okay, so they basically just slide in. No snap-on required. Hopefully I can get it the right way. Guess it would help if I got it on track. So you get it on track. Should slide right in. And you'll hear it click. Really nice design. So that's what it looks like put together. This is for when you're at home. Actually has a real nice feel to it. I thought they were going to be too small, but it's a pretty nice feel. I have big hands too, so that doesn't help much, but I don't feel like I'm constricted, which is really nice. Also has a nice weight to it. It's not as heavy as the Xbox One controller, but I would say it's along the lines of the PS4 controller as far as weight is concerned. Really nice. I'm impressed. I will say I'm impressed. Nintendo, you impressed me. My first Nintendo system at launch ever. And you impressed me. These are... I don't know what these are. It looks like for carrying abilities. I think they hook onto it, and you can wrap this around your wrist. If you're playing games or whatever, that way they don't fly off, or you don't lose control of them and they fly across the room. So that's a pretty sweet that it comes with that as well. I can actually take it out. Like I said, this is my first unboxing video, so bear with me. It's a little mumbo jumbo, But yeah, this, can you move? So you slide this on the controller, and then this goes around your wrist. That way, when you're playing, you don't lose it. Doesn't fly across the room, break your TV, hit your cat, or whatever. Then next we have, looks like the Nintendo Switch guide. Just tells you, warranty and safety information, health and safety guidelines for the Switch. And then last but not least, we have the port where it will sit in when you're playing it at home, turning it into a console from a handheld. And this thing has Nintendo Switch on the front. Pretty cool looking. The back, just standard plain. This thing, the dock, feels the cheapest of the lot. It's kind of light, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's easy for shelf space, and like you can see, it's not that big, so it'll be good for shelf space, and easy to move around if you need to move it around. Inside is the docking port where you can plug in the Switch, and looks like, I don't know if you can open this or not. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Then it opens up, and you can plug in your USB, your AC adapter, and your HDMI out. That's to plug it into your TV, and then it closes up pretty nice. So that's pretty sweet. And then the cords come out of here. I like that design a lot. Then it doesn't look all mumbo jumbo when you're plugging it in. So let's try to fit this into the dock here. See what it looks like. Looks like it just fits right in. And the screen will be sticking out a little bit, but I don't think that'll matter. And then you'll have your power, your game card slot, and now with it in, it feels a nice weight to it, which is nice. So there you have it, the Nintendo Switch console. I'm really impressed. It is better than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to feel a little bit more cheap. I thought that the controller was going to be too small, and I was wrong. I shouldn't have doubted you, Nintendo, but I did. So next we have the Zelda game. This one just came out. I just picked this up at Best Buy. I had to pre-order it to make sure I got a copy. There was a lot of people in line waiting to get a hold of this, and the lady told me that at midnight there was a ton of people there ready to get their hands on anything Switch related. So you saw a bunch of systems, amiibos, things like that. So now we have the inside of the case for the Zelda. No manual, that's a normal thing now. I prefer a manual in my games, but that's the way they're going now. I think eventually they're going to phase out cases and stuff altogether, and it's just going to be digital download, which I hate, but I think that's where it's headed. But at least for now, we'll get some physical copies of the Switch. And then inside the case, this is the actual game cart. And it's like a little bit bigger sized SD card, pretty much what it is. Wouldn't really call it a cartridge per se. I guess you could. It's like a micro cartridge, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Bring back the cartridges instead of the disc-based games. And then on the back of the case, you have your artwork and Specs, obviously, standard. Don't need to go into that much. Last thing before I end this video, we're going to try to pop the game inside the port here. See what, I think it goes this way. Wonder if you could put it in the other way. No, you can't put it in the other way, so you can't put the game in wrong, which is nice. It's idiot proof. And then you just press it down, it clicks in, you're good to go. So, thank you for tuning in. This is the Nintendo Switch. I would recommend getting your hands on this. I haven't played it yet, but from my first impressions, the controller feels nice. The screen itself feels nice, high quality, and the docking station is pretty good, as well as once you put the thing in, then it actually feels like a console, and looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to play. I can't wait for more games to come out, but I'm going to give out this Zelda game a try because they said it's incredible. So thanks for tuning in to Bits from the Past Gaming. One love.